In 2009, South Jackson resident Karen Battle began feeling very ill. She did what many people do. She went to a local health clinic.
I went to the doctor for a bladder infection, and I thought I had an allergic reaction because my feet started itching, and my hands were itching real bad. So I went back to the doctor, and they did blood work, and they said, well, your liver enzymes aren't quite right, so I'm going to send you to another doctor.
That doctor sent her to another doctor, but this time it would not be in Karen's local area. Karen was being sent to a hospital in New Orleans. She was diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis. Karen had lived a healthy lifestyle, but her body was mistaking healthy liver tissue for harmful and attacking it.
I was weak. And then when they found out that I had autoimmune hepatitis, they couldn't get me in remission. My body did not respond to no medication. All top medicines, nothing. It was a roller coaster.
Unable to stabilize her condition, again Karen was sent elsewhere.
The whole experience and talking about, the traveling, it's expensive, time-consuming. I mean, you think going to New Orleans, people go down there all the time, but to get treated, and the treatment didn't work.
Went to Vanderbilt, where I grouped up with Roman Perry. Loved him. He was like, yeah, in the future you're probably going to need a liver transplant. But he said, well, I know Chris Anderson. He's fixed to start up the thing at the university. He said, I'm going to refer you because he said, you're there. It's no point for you driving all the way up here when you live in Jackson.
It was her meeting with Dr. Chris Anderson, UMMC Associate Professor of Transplant Surgery, that would put Karen in line to possibly be the first liver transplant recipient at UMMC in over 22 years. The liver transplant program went on hiatus in 1991 after a few key specialists left the department. Anderson, a Mississippi native, came to UMMC to revive the dormant program.
The vision was shared by me and others. What shape that took, Dr. Borg and I have had a role in, but we are to a degree on track, as you point out. We have recruited very high quality staff, both in liver and in kidney. We're still recruiting more people in, and I think that we've proven we can get talented people here that are going to be invested in the program.
The timing of Dr. Anderson's arrival and subsequent regulatory clearance for UMMC's program couldn't have been better for Karen. Her condition was worsening.
Katie called me. She's like, you've got to come and get to the hospital right now. Your lab work is, crazy. You've got to come. So I was admitted in the 27th of February, and here I am.
Well, she was physically in the intensive care unit. She was on continuous dialysis. She required small amounts of medicine to help keep her blood pressure into a normal range. Her kidneys basically quit making urine. And she was, in my opinion, straddling the fence of being a good candidate to even go through the procedure versus if she gets much sicker, we're going to have to say the transplant's not going to help her.
Soon after being admitted into UMMC, Karen, her family, including daughter Emily and son Lofton, and Dr. Anderson's transplant team received the news they had been anxious to hear. A matching liver was ready.
I was excited. The first thing that was going through my mind was, great, how soon can we get it here?
On Monday night, March 4th, Karen received her new liver in her hometown, where the people closest to her could be just that, close to her. Karen's mom, Kay, recalls the moment Dr. Anderson came out to update her after the successful transplant.
He was just wonderful. She made it. He was thumbs up and all his stuff. So we were happy.
If Dr. Anderson had not come to UMMC and revived the liver transplant program, Karen doesn't think she would have survived. She doesn't believe she would have had many more moments like this one with Emily or her nightly hug and kiss from Lofton.
Without his passion of wanting to come and say that Mississippians deserve everything right there in their own state, then there wouldn't be me. I don't believe I would have made it. And to be able to say I live in Jackson, I had my first the liver donation in Jackson. It's a wonderful feeling.
With the first liver transplant in 22 years in the books and a positive outlook for the recipient, Dr. Anderson looks ahead to the future of liver transplants in Mississippi.
We're all high-fiving that we've done so well right now, but we still have to be very cognizant. We have to select the right recipients and select the right organs, and a young program is a very fragile program, no doubt. So the pace is a little bit difficult to predict. We hope that, or I don't say hope, I think we have sort of guesstimated that within this calendar year we'll perform 10 to 15 liver transplants.
With a new lease on life, Karen is ready to take her new liver to new heights.
I had no life before. I was physically exhausted. But now I feel like I'm ready to conquer the world. I'm ready to climb the mountain.